Hey guys, welcome to What in the World? Steve, how you going? Hey, today I wanted to talk to you about fortune tellers. Now, when I was a kid, my mum took me to Queensland, and then while we were in a shopping centre, I remember that shopping centre had indoor roller coaster. Yeah, so it was a dragon roller coaster. Yeah, so I don't remember whether or not me and my cousin went on that one. Yeah. Anyway, if my cousin's seeing this video, hey, if you're in America, how you going? Dave. Yeah, it's a really smart guy, my cousin. Yeah. He done his honors and stuff, and then now he's in America. Yeah. Smart kid. Yeah. If you're seeing this, hello. But anyway, so I was there, and then I said to Mum, I see a fortune telling shop. Can I have my fortune told, Mum? And my mum said, well, if you really want. I think I was 12 at the time. Yeah, about 12 years old. Yeah. And then in primary school, and so we were inside this fortune teller shop, and it was I remember it was a Singaporean lady, but she was of the darker complexion kind, and yeah, she was perhaps probably out in her 50s back in that time, yeah, an old woman. No, not that old. Yeah, wearing glasses. Can't remember what she was wearing now, but yeah, but she said to me, well, I don't remember everything in detail, right? But what specifically that she said was like, in the future, when you'll be working, you'll be a lot good. And she was holding a little bit of a fan. Those olden day like fans where like you have to manually like keep yourself like cool. Yeah, yeah. She had one of them while she was talking to me, just while she was holding it, and then she said, in the future, when you're working, in the working world, you'll be always flying here and then flying there, And then I went, oh wow, so I'll be going everywhere around the world, And then she said, yes, yeah, that's your job in the future. And I went, oh, that's great, yeah, that's really good, yeah. And then later, when I was around about 27, 28, I was trying to pay debt off because like it holds me really important to think that like when you want to be accountable for something like you want to pay people back, and then like while I was trying to like have the intention of like paying people back, I got myself into more mischievous because my big brother at the time's wife, yeah, took me out and then like showed me like how it was like to be in the dance party scene and stuff, and naturally like I followed her a lot because my big brother at the time, which is my current big brother now, like did a big favor for me, which is another story I'll tell. I won't keep it too long. Yeah, and she said, "Can you help me out, Dragon?" I go, "What help do you need?" Well, I need to borrow 5 grand, So I go, "I haven't got 5 grand," and she said, "Oh well, you can use your name to do it." And I go, "How?" She goes, "Oh, we'll just borrow it." And then, like, I promise, I swear you can trust me. I'll definitely pay you back and return it, okay? All right. All right, cool, cool. Borrowed it. And then later followed it down to Melbourne. And then, like, she wanted me to borrow another 6 or 7 or 8. I can't remember what it was. So we got it through a company. And she goes, "Oh, can you help me out?" And I go, "Okay, cool," So borrowed another 6 or 8. And then, like, she took that. And then afterwards, as time progressed later, she asked me again, "Oh, can I borrow 20?" And I said, "Oh, I can't keep doing this. Like, like when am I gonna like get my 20?" Yeah, because the reason, like, why I said, because I was down 20 at the time, so and I was in uni and stuff, and I said to her like, "Oh, I really want to get out of my debt." She goes, "Oh, don't worry, like, we know people in Melbourne, you can just like, get a loan there and then like borrow it there, and then I'll get it done for you." I go, really? You go, yeah, yeah, yeah. I go, okay, cool. You know, so long as I pay people back, I don't care about paying off in installments or whatever. But so long as like I get rid of the people thing. And she said, oh, it's okay. Yeah, you can get it done. You know. Yeah, but later on she goes like, you know, can you just borrow another 20 for me? And I go, no, no. She actually said borrow 30. So that's a 5 and a 6. And then like, you know, it's another 30. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she made me borrow another. Yeah, good ripper off that person. Yeah, she made me borrow off another guy here in Sydney, paying 10% every week. How much did you borrow? Yeah, borrowed a grand or 2 grand or something, and then like every week I had to pay like, you know, 10% extra. So it's like, you know, if it was 1,000, it was 1,100. You know, and it accumulates. Yeah. So hanging with her and then going with her, like, you know, in order to think that, like, you know, I'm going to get a loan, you know, for 20 to pay off my debt. I ended up coming back spiraling, owing, like, you know, 30 grand under my name. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I came back here and then, like, you know, I'm down 30 now. So now I owe 50. Yeah. How funny life is, right? Yeah. But and then I met my elder, you know, and we just crossed paths, like, you know, while she took me, like, you know, outside clubbing and stuff. And he said, man, like, you know, don't trust that woman, mate. You know, she's a troublemaker, you know. She's no good. Like, these people aren't good, you know. And then I'll go, yeah, you're right. Because now I couldn't borrow 20, and then now I owe 30, you know. So now it's 50. And he goes, that's not the way, mate. I go, man, I don't know how to get out of this situation, but I got to get out of it somehow, you know. So he helped me out. He saw something in me that, like, you know, deserved helping, you know. Yeah. So I started working for him, you know. Started doing, like, you know, drug runs, you know. And then, like, you know, I was just flying in and then flying out, you know. So, you know what was funny? While I was in the plane, each and every time I was flying, I thought back of the, like, you know, fortune teller back at, like, you know, in Brizzy, you know, when I went to see the Singaporean fortune teller. I was just thinking to myself, oh, is that what she meant by, you know, in the future when I grow up, I'll be just flying around. I'll be flying here, I'll be flying there. But I didn't think I'll be flying there doing this. But it is what it is, you know. So, but when you do that sort of line of work, money comes very quickly, you know. So, and then when you're young, dumb, and full of cum, and you, like, you know, don't have experience with money, yeah, it just, you don't know how to hold it, yeah. And it's money that like, you know, we Chinese call them, you know. So, you know, it means that, like, you know, this money that you earn can't be, like, you know, legitly under the sun, because, like, you know, it's dark money, you know, it's black money. So if it can't be under the sun or it can't shine, then you can't use it legitly anyway, you know. You can only buy, like, you know, lavish products, you know, luxury items and, like, material stuff. Like, there's nothing else you can really do with it. Like, you can't really just throw it and go on a property, because then the taxation office will be after you. So you just have to, like, you know, buy nice stuff. Yeah. And I had a lot of nice things. Yeah. And I got shown a lot of nice things, you know, because I was always yeah, you know, lacking, because I've always, like, you know, been in debt. And but in that period of time, like, my debts were paid straight away. Yeah, because money came in easy. But you know what? In life, easy come, easy go. Because if you haven't earned it yourself, then, I mean, you earn it yourself, but I'm saying, like, if you haven't hard worked earned it, then you have a different appreciation of it. Yeah, but depends what your DNA is. Because, like, you know, my DNA is, like, you know, pretty Gonskis, you know. It's probably, like, you know, because of my, like, you know, past life. It doesn't matter, like, you know, how much I earned at the time, you know. I would have just, like, you know, flung it away anyway. Because it's just the way it is. Because I was a shaman, yeah? You know, I didn't need money. Just like, walking around, everyone provided for me. Yeah. So I never had any money back in my last life. So, with this life, like I don't know really how to handle this one because it's like, man, like everything is about money, man. But yeah, and then I went to another fortune teller. But then again, probably that's another story. So that's fortune teller number one. Yeah, but she's very accurate. I mean, they know what they're talking about. I mean, they're spiritually guided, or like they have the astrology thing going on. But man, like sometimes it's not up to you not to believe it. But what's important is when you do get told a fortune, or when you do decide upon any predictions that like you may have intuition for, just remember this: it's your decision because you still have free will, and the free will is always to remember to do good. Because with the free will that you do good, can't go wrong, But because the free will that like my intentions were good, I was thinking, oh, pay people back. But the free will was bad. Yeah. And because the free will was bad, I ended up doing another 7-year cycles of, what I was doing, not knowingly like, having any goals. And then I did another 7-year cycle of doing something else. Of not having like, many really powerful or important, like, passionate goals. But I actually knew always what I wanted to do from day one, But it was just very hard. Yeah. You're stuck in a cage, man. Yeah. Because I'm a wild polar bear. Yeah, but yeah. If you ever get your fortune told, if you're ever interested in it, pay attention. But when it gets to the part where they tell you where your crossroads are, remember, make the good decision. Don't make the bad ones. Because the bad ones will like, drag you back 3 steps. And that's one of the experiences that has dragged me back 3 steps. Yeah. So, no good. But what's good is, I'm doing something good now. And I'm going to continue doing good. And now, because I'm doing good, good things are going to happen. So remember, always be your authentic self. And do good, and then good things will come to you. Have a nice day, guys. And have a good week ahead. See you.